Shalom. This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our Booster Club members for your many donations and much more, your prayers. We visited faraway countries and strange lands. We've even spoken to dignitaries and were detained for spreading the glorious gospel in Cuba. The truth is that the descendants of the 12 tribes of Israel were scattered throughout the world. Help us on our journey as we continue to raise up the nation of Israel. 12 tribes worldwide. Join or donate today. Shalom.
How did we get to the land of America? We came here by ships, right? Do you agree? We came here by ships. Read what you got.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
He said, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again. When he said Egypt, the first time we was in Egypt, the nation of Israel, we was in slavery. We was not down in Egypt as kings and queens. No, we are not the Africans. We are the Israelites. It's a difference between the Africans and the Israelites. Right. It's a big difference. Read Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 6. Because when it say Egypt, it means synonymously for bondage. Right. That's slavery. That's what it really goes into. All right, read what you got.
The book of Deuteronomy chapter 5 and verse 6. I am the Lord thy God, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt, from the house of bondage.
He said from the house of bondage. That's the house of slavery. Right. I'll go back.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
How we just said? I'm going to bring you into slavery again, but this time you're going there in what? With ships. That's the same way how we came here to America. South America, the Caribbean islands, that's how we got there. We came there on cargo slave ships. Read on.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
He said, as plainly I'm saying to you right now, that's how it's going to happen. Right. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemy.
Now I got a quick question. Who was we sold to when we got here?
Bring it out.
The white man.
The white man. But what did the Bible call them? Huh? They are enemies. You're exactly right. The white man is our enemies. They never been our friends. But read on.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
For slave men and slave women. Read.
And no man shall buy you.
Meaning what? No man is going to redeem you from this condition.
Right.
We have great leaders stand up for us. We have Malcolm X.
Let me ask y'all a question. Why did that happen to the Israelites? Why did the Israelites go into slavery? I want y'all to think about that. Why would God do that? I'm asking y'all a question. I want y'all to think about it, and I want you to give an answer. Why do you think God would do that?
I'm just thinking after.
You not sure either? Not really sure? Okay, and that's a fair question. I asked that for a reason because, for example, I can look at y'all. Y'all was
good and bad.
Yeah, but I'm asking y'all a question. I know my young brother, he's not going to know what I'm talking about. But y'all was around when the Black Panthers was doing their thing, right? Y'all was alive, right? Yes. Yeah, you was around. That was what, in the late 60s and the 70s, early 70s, right? Y'all was probably around or you heard of it, right? Right. At least heard of it. All right? I ain't saying, you understand what I'm saying. You understand? I was born in the 80s, so I wasn't around when it was going on. I heard of it. You understand? So my man said he was actually around during that time. Okay, so now let me ask you the same question. Yeah, because they sparked up in the 67 or 68, something like that, right? Yeah. So let me ask you this. Why did the Black Panthers rise up? Why? What was going on?
Right. Like against each other.
Well, the Black Panthers, they were established to do what?
They were sort of like against an eye for an eye.
Right for our right.
But why? You're missing the point. Why? Why were they established? Think about it.
Because how the white man was treated.
Because of how the white man was treating us. That's what I wanted you to get to. Right. So, you remember when I asked you why people went into slavery, right? Why was that? I'm going to show you something. Give me Ezekiel 39 and 23. How you doing, brothers? What's going on? What are we teaching? We're teaching our true nationality. I want y'all to listen up real close. All right, Ezekiel 39 and 23. All right, I want y'all to listen close to this. All right? Hey, come look at these signs as well. Find yourself right here on this sign. Find yourself. All right, watch this.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 39 and verse 23.
Listen close.
And the heathen shall know.
All right. So when the Bible mentions heathen, that's anybody that's not on this side. The people on this side, these are the Israelites. The Israelites are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans today.
Right.
Okay? So it say the heathen, that means what? The white man. That means the Chinese man, the Arab man. It means everybody that's not us. Okay, watch this. Read it again.
And the heathen shall know.
So the other nations is gonna know, read,
that the house of Israel,
we are the house of Israel. Okay, read it again from the top.
and the heathen shall know
Come on,
that the house of Israel
read.
went into captivity.
Went where?
Into captivity.
Captivity is what? Captivity is bondage, right? What's another word for captivity? Slavery. There you go. Now I hope y'all don't think that we free. Hell no, we ain't free. Look where we at. You understand? There's a hood and there's a ghetto all across America, South America, Europe, and you're gonna find who there? You're gonna find our people there.
Right.
Okay? Now listen close, read it all the way through.
And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel
Watch this.
went into captivity.
So the reason why we got put on those slave ships, the reason why the white man is against us here is why?
For their iniquity.
For their what?
Iniquity.
Y'all know what iniquity means? We're going to show you. You got that Psalms 38:18. We're going to show you what iniquity is, because just like I asked my brother and sister and my little man right here, I said, hey, why you think God did that to us? Why we went into slavery? Why the white man killing us? Nobody knew. So God says we went into slavery because of our iniquity. Now we're going to find out what iniquity is. Read.
The book of Psalms, chapter 38 and verse 18.
Come on.
For I will declare mine iniquity.
Read.
I will be sorry for my sin.
For my what?
My sin.
My what?
My sin.
So iniquity is what? Sin. So why did we go into slavery on slave ships? Because of what? Because of sin. You see that thing right there? Give me Ecclesiastes 5 and 8. So you see all these riots breaking out, right? You see all this Black Lives Matter. You see all of this police brutality against who? Against us. So you shouldn't be scratching like, why is this happening to us? God already told you.
Bring it up.
It's because of what?
Like,
Sin. It's because we committed sin against our God. He ain't the God of everybody.
Right.
Now watch this.
Ecclesiastes, chapter 5 and verse 8.
Read.
If thou seest the oppression of the poor,
We are the ones being oppressed, right?
Right.
We are the ones who are poor. It says, if you see the oppression of the poor, read it again.
if thou seest the oppression of the poor,
Read.
and violent perverting of judgment,
And what?
violent perverting of
It
judgment,
says violent perverting of judgment, meaning what? If what they did in St. Louis, they killed Mike Brown, they gunned him down in the streets. And guess what? They let the officer walk away free. He didn't serve no days in jail. That is called a violent perversion of judgment. Meaning what? When judgment should have been passed, they said white man go free. Because that nigga right there, he ain't nothing. That's how they see us. My man, you say you all right with that? Okay, what's your nationality, my man? Let's find out right here. Your nationality, where you come from, who your people really is. All right, so on this side, this is what God calls you, and this is what the heathen call us. So find out which one you are. Which one? So God calls you Judah, all right? Your tribe is Judah from the nation of Israel. And you don't understand what that means, bro. Let me ask you a question. Who is that? Who is this guy? Who is that? You say his name is Jesus, right? You say that ain't Jesus. Okay, so who is that? You say that's Abraham. Okay, what you got? Who is that? Okay, you say that's Jehovah. Who is that, my man? You say who? The devil. He 100% right. He 100% right, but the world knows him to be Jesus Christ, right? Now check this out. What if I told you all of the wars, World War I, World War II, and World War III that's about to pop off? What if I told you that all of those wars were about you? Give me Isaiah 34:8. What if I told you that all of those wars was about us? Meaning what? They've been trying to hide our true nationality for thousands of years. To the point where what? They robbed, raped, murdered, and stole us off of the west coast of Africa and bring us over here and to serve as slaves. Understand this. When we were in our land, which is Jerusalem, we served the one true God, the God of Israel, who is a black man. And he sent his son, Jesus the Christ, who is a black man to save black people. Now understand this. I want you to read what you got.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance.
It's the day of the Lord's vengeance, meaning what? When you see all of these wars about to pop off, when you see China upset with America, you understand? When you see America kill the vice president of Iran, when you see these nations start turning against each other, read it again.
For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance.
It's going to be the day of the Lord's vengeance. Because what he wants to do, he wants all the nations to do what? Start turning against one another. And then they're going to gather together. And then Jesus Christ, the black Messiah, is going to appear and plead for us. Because you got to think, who could plead for us today? We don't have our own military. We don't have our own land. We don't have our own resources. We go to the enemy for everything, meaning what? Right now, we got to be patient. Right now, we got to keep God's commandments. So in that day, Jesus Christ can plead for us. And understand, when it comes to war, they don't want to see Christ. Because there's going to be a lot of death and bloodshed. But like I said, all of those wars is because of us. Understand that thing. But the grand finale, Christ is going to come set everything straight. Read this again.
For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompense.
The year of recompense. Think about thousands of years. Our people have been hated, despised, beat down. There's a debate. There's a discussion on who are the real Jews. I don't know if y'all been paying attention. You have people like Ice Cube, Nick Cannon, Deshaun Jackson. You have Larry Johnson, different celebrities coming out and saying what? That the blacks are the real Jews. But you got another side saying what? That those white people in Israel who call themselves Israelis, they're the real Jews. No. Read it again.
For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
For the controversy of Zion, meaning what? Y'all may have thought that you was nothing more than blacks or niggas or colored. No. That's just what the heathen call you. God calls you Israel. And God chose you out of all nations on the face of the earth. Now, if you really understand that you were chosen wouldn't you carry yourself a certain type of way? You understand? Would we treat each other any type of way? Or would we do what? Or would we apply God's commandments to one another? Because we have to understand this. Psalms 147 and 19. Y'all got to understand something, man. God is not the God of everybody. He didn't give his laws to everybody.
Right.
Okay? So you got to understand that when God give you something, you should be proud of it.
Right.
Because what's wrong with our people today? Our people receive gifts and benefits from the white man and they real proud. You understand? He gave you his last name and you real proud to bear it. Johnson, McNeil, Johnson, Jackson, Williams. You understand? We proud to bear that, but God named you Israel.
Right.
But when it comes to your brothers trying to teach you, you don't want nothing to do with that. Teach you your true nationality, you don't want nothing to do with that. Now my name is Israel, my name Johnson. No, your last name is the same last name that your slave master gave to your great, great, great kinfolk.
Right.
But we don't think about that. What I call it. Right. Because the white man will gift you something. He'll give you something. We'll be proud. But God gave us the most important thing on the face of the earth. And what do? We trample on it. We sweep it under the rug. We act like it's not important. Watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147 and verse 19.
Read.
He showed his word unto Jacob.
Right. Jacob's name was changed to what? Israel. So he says he shows this Bible, his laws, statutes, commandments to us. Read.
His statutes and his judgments unto Israel.
Read.
He have not done so with any nation.
God did not give his laws to any other people.
Right.
And that's what y'all got to understand. Do y'all know any of God's laws? Think about it. Do you know any of God's laws? What about you, my man? Thou shalt not steal. That's one. Very good. You said thou shalt not kill. Don't our people do that a lot though? Yeah, we do. And then we wonder why are we at the bottom? Why am I in the hood? Right. Because you out here killing folk. That's why.
Right.
Because you out here stealing from your brother. That's why. You understand? What's some more laws?
How about the attention?
Huh?
About your neighbor?
Thou shalt covet. Thou shalt not covet. Right?
Thou shalt not bow down
To any other God. Exactly. But think about it. What day do our people go to church?
Yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday, right? What if I told you that the white man changed the Sabbath day from Saturday to Sunday? What if I told you that? Would you believe it? Watch this. Give me that in Daniel. Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. We're going to show you that. The Sabbath day is right now. Friday, sundown to Saturday, sundown. But they taught us to measure a day from sun up to sun up. They also taught us that the seventh day of the week is Sunday. But God says the Sabbath day is still Saturday. Right now is the beginning of Saturday, the Sabbath day. Okay, you got what I want?
Yes,
read it.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25.
Read.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
So it says our enemy, the white man, because of our sins, he will speak great words against God. You understand? He's going to say what? I am God. Because when you see those paintings of Leonardo da Vinci, okay, when they're painting God, all right, creating Adam, what color is he? He's a white man. You understand? When you see all of the pictures of Christ, they're white men. Okay, read it again.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High.
Read.
And shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
So it says our enemy, he will speak great words against God, and he will wear out the saints of God. Who are the saints of God?
You know?
That's us. The saints are the Israelites. How did he wear us out? In slavery. To the point where what? If we did not accept white Christ, if we did not accept the crucifix, what do you think happened to us? Don't get distracted. There's people driving. I ask you a question. If we did not accept Christianity or white man Jesus in slavery, what happened to us? What else? Killed.
That's right.
And in the most gruesome ways. They used to tie our brothers to the ends of two horses one leg to this horse, the other leg to that horse. And they used to whip the horse and go its separate ways and tear our bodies limb from limb. You didn't know that? Why not? Why didn't you know that? That's our history.
Right.
You understand? But guess what they're trying to do? They're trying to remove slavery from out of the textbooks.
Yes,
So you'll never remember or bethink yourselves like God wants you to. Sis, you need to do your research. My brother, you need to do your research. How y'all don't know that? What they did to us. What you think? You forgot why the Black Panthers became the Black Panthers.
right.
You think they just did that because, oh, I can't stand the way the white man's talking to me. I'm going to start bearing. No! They were slaughtering us. But guess what happened to us? Now we all docile. We all scared. It's a new breed in front of you today. Give me Matthew 10 and 27. We ain't scared to die.
Right.
You understand? We're not scared because we're doing the will of God.
That's right.
We're the men that's going to rise up for God. Where he at? Or is he scared? Has the white man scared you to the point where you ain't got no heart? That's what's happened to the black man. But now it's time to rise back up. Not under bearing arms, not under politics, but under God's commandments. That's our hope. That's our strength. You understand? Read it.
Matthew chapter 10 and verse 27. What I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light. And what ye hear in the ear, that preach ye upon the housetop. And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul.
The Bible says, don't fear those that can kill your body. Understand that. Okay, if we get put to death, all right, it is what it is. You understand? But that's not the end. Understand that God put us on this earth for a purpose. Isaiah 49 and 6, man. This is the good news right here. The good news is that, hey, yeah, we've been on the bottom for some time, but the good news is that the Most High God sent his son Jesus Christ to do what? To raise up the decayed state of our people.
Right.
To do what? To heal the tabernacle of David.
Right.
You understand? To wake up the Gentiles that was in darkness. We are the Gentiles. The Gentiles ain't talking about no white man.
Right.
Who's the ones that need saving? It's us. Read what you got.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 49 and verse 6.
Come on.
And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribe of Jacob.
Right. We got to be God's servants. The only people that can be God's servants is the Israelites.
Right.
Since you ready to put in some work for God, what about you, my man? What about you, young man? You serious about that? What's some of the work? What is some of that work? Huh? Saving souls. But the only way you can save souls, give me that in 2 Ezra 14 and 13. The only way you can save souls is what? Think about where it starts. You got to start somewhere. Think about that. What's the first step in saving somebody else's soul?
Yep.
You got to save yourself. You understand? And understand this. We are not saved until Christ comes back.
That's right.
You understand that lie in Christianity? I'm saved, sanctified. No, you're not. No, you're not. What you saved from? Last time I checked, we still got people getting gunned down, so what you saved from?
Right.
You understand? Before you read that, give me that in Luke 171. I'm going to show you what salvation really is. All right, watch this.
The book of Luke, chapter 1 and verse 71. That we should be saved from our enemies.
Read it again.
That we should be saved from our enemies.
Have we been saved from our enemies yet? So we're not saved.
Right.
That's another lie that the Christian church has established. Okay, understand that. Just like they go back to Daniel 7:25. I forgot to make my point. Hold Ezra's. Because I forgot to make my point about the Sabbath day. Okay, watch this.
The book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 25.
Listen close.
And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High,
Read.
and think to change time and law.
And he did what?
change times and laws.
Meaning what? God says measure a day sundown to sundown. They say measure a day from sun up to sun up. God says keep a Sabbath on what? The Sabbath day. They say keep it on the first day. What are we reading? We're reading the Bible. But our people don't know this information. They still want to go to the Sunday church where the pastor's lying to them. They're not teaching them nothing. Y'all notice that everything we say come out the Bible?
Bring it out.
You understand? That's how you find out if a man is godly or not.
Right.
Is what he's saying coming out the Bible. Now, give me that in 2 Ezra 14. Because if you want to help somebody, okay, there's a way to do it. Watch this.
2 Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 13.
Read.
Now, therefore, set thine house in order.
So you got to get yourself right. That's number one. Are you married, my brother? Okay, so it's easier if you're not married, because all you got to do is think about the things of the Lord. That's what Paul said in 1 Corinthians. Give me that. 1 Corinthians 7. I'm going to show you something. I think it's like 32. Okay? Watch this.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 32.
Watch this.
But I will have you without carefulness. He that is unmarried, caring for the things that belong to the Lord.
You see that thing? If you unmarried, if you single, all you worrying about is what? Pleasing God. So that's actually a good thing, my brother, right now. So if you really want to be serious about repentance, all you got to do is what? I got to keep this law. I got to make it to the Sabbath. I got to make sure I'm doing what I need to do. Because it gets different when you got a wife, when you got a child, you got all that other stuff to think about. So go back to 2 Ezra 14 and 13.
2 Ezra, chapter 14, verse 13.
Read.
Now, therefore, set thine house in order.
So all you got to do is get your house in order. Meaning what? You got to start applying God's laws in your daily life.
Right.
That's what you got to do. All right? And you're not going to be able to do it by yourself because you don't know enough. You have to be taught.
That's right.
You understand? You got to be taught. I have had to be taught. This brother had to be taught. You understand? Each one teach one. That is called nation building.
That's right.
Because when you think about the state of the black and Hispanic today, man, we don't care about each other. How you doing, my brother? We only care about ourselves.
Right.
If you see your brother struggling, you are struggling.
Right.
But we don't see that. We don't.
Now, therefore, set thine house in order and reprove thy people.
Then reprove thy people. My brother, you got a question? Okay. All right. Now, give me Isaiah 1 and 17. Isaiah 1 and 17, because we're going into the steps before you what? Before you can help save souls. All right? Read it.
Isaiah chapter 1 and verse 17.
Watch this. I want you to pay attention, my brother. Lock in, because it starts with the men. As you can see in this day and age, it's complete role reversal.
Right.
The woman is not above the man. She's not. And it's nothing against our women. We love our women.
Right.
But God called the man to do his job. And the woman's supposed to support that man.
That's right.
That is God's design. All right, now listen close. Watch this.
Isaiah chapter 1 verse 17.
Listen up.
Learn to do well.
Do what?
Learn to do well.
How are you going to do that? You going to do it by yourself? No. When you learn, there's a what? A teacher and there's a what? A student. Okay? You can't be both. That's what's wrong with our people. Our people are prideful, stubborn, and hard-headed.
Right.
They want to do it on their own. God says this. Read it again.
Learn to do well.
Meaning what? You must be taught. You must be taught. Think, you trying to save somebody, but you over here in the midst of sin.
Right.
Who you saving? You ain't saving nobody. That's the blind leading the blind.
That's right.
Read it again.
Learn to do well.
Read.
Seek judgment.
Do what?
Seek judgment.
You know what that means, seek judgment? You're not sure? Seek judgment means what? Hey, I read that I'm supposed to keep my beard. You know what? Hey, bro, am I doing it right? Am I getting too close? Meaning what? You want to make sure you pleasing God. You would rather, give me Psalms 141 and 5, man. You would rather be told about yourself than what? lead a life to total damnation. A lot of our people, they don't want to hear the truth about themselves. Guess what? To hell with them. They not going to see the kingdom.
That's right.
Read what you got.
The book of Psalms, chapter 141 and verse 5.
Read.
Let the righteous smite me.
That righteous is the student. That righteous is the teacher. That me is the student. Okay? Read it again.
Let the righteous smite me.
Read.
It shall be a kindness.
It's kind. Meaning what? It's kind when I'm telling you, hey, you are not keeping God's commandments correctly. For example, you don't have fringes in the border of blue. You don't have fringes in the border of blue. That is against God's laws. Now watch what David says right here. Read it again.
The book of Psalms, chapter 141 and verse 5.
Listen up.
Let the righteous smite me.
Read.
It shall be a kindness.
He said, that's a kind thing. For somebody to tell me what I'm doing wrong, that's a kind thing, meaning what? They looking out for me.
Right.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.